And welcome back to another edition of Coach's Corner. We are thrilled this week because it is a playoff edition of Coach's Corner.
Playoff time.
Congrats, Coach, on the playoffs. It's going to feel great for you, the players, parents, school's happy, administration. Everyone's thrilled. The community's talking about it. How rewarding is it to be back in the playoffs for a second straight year?
It's nice. It was a little touch and go there at the end. We weren't sure that we were going to get in coming down to that last game there. So we got a big win last Friday night to get us into the tournament, which was just the goal. You know, give yourself a shot to have a chance to be the last team standing. So playoff time, an exciting time for their kids, for our community. It's always fun to get into the playoffs.
So the game is Friday night, 7 o'clock against Hillcrest, but it'll be played at Norte Vista High School, also in Riverside, where Hillcrest is at, just so we want all the Apache faithful there. So it's a 7 o'clock game. I know the brackets and the seats come out. It says 7:30, and then all the switching happens. So
all the other teams agreed to move up the games or move the games around. I know a lot of teams this week agreed to play on Thursday because it's a holiday on Friday. Their coach actually asked me if we wanted to play on Thursday. So no, thank you. Keep it on Friday. But we agreed to move the game up to 7 o'clock. It's our usual start time. A long road trip, man. Another long road trip out to Riverside. This will be our longest bus ride of the year. So first time playing on grass this year. A couple things we're going to have to adjust to as we head out that way, but it should be fun.
So the seedings come out. We get the 3 seed, and yet we're going to Riverside.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that works. That's just one of those things. It's a tough break, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who to complain to about that, but just happy to be in the playoffs. So we'll take the seed and we'll take the draw and we'll head on out to Riverside, man, and take the show on the road. So hopefully, our kids will be fine. I don't think it's going to be too cold out there. Should be a pretty nice night in the 60s. Nothing crazy, just a bus ride, long bus ride. We're going out there early. We'll eat lunch out in Riverside, do our normal pregame routine out that way. So hopefully, not a huge adjustment for the kids. They did it a couple times last year. Winning the playoffs, we got a tough draw where we ended up going out to play Oak Park, like out in the Simi Valley area, and then went out to Palmdale to play Courts Hill. So a couple long bus rides last year too. So, looking just forward to the opportunity to compete in the playoffs, man. It's going to be fun. All the teams now are going to be good. Every game is going to be tough, and our kids know what they're in for. They've done it before, so hopefully that experience will help us through this one.
So then you were telling me before we started filming this that the coin flip for game 2 has already been done.
Yes, they do it right away. So there's a game tonight, Catella versus Korean Lutheran, but we play the winner of that game. If Catella wins, we get an automatic home game because they were home. If Korean Lutheran wins, we lost that coin flip already, so we're back on the road going to Irvine to play Korean Lutheran in the second round. Not too concerned about that one just yet. We'll take care of Hillcrest first. That's the one in front of us. They're a pretty good football team. It's gonna be a tough game for us this Friday. But that coin toss is done already. So we managed to lose that one again.
All right, you're taking the high road and you might be taking the road a few times.
Yeah, we're taking the long road.
That happens. So this is amazing how we got in the playoffs, second place finish in league. The game last week against CV was got to be one of the best games in recent memory as far as that comeback in that fourth quarter. We're down to, there's the 1:16 left, 4th and 16, deep in our own territory. Max drops back, goes to Alex Kelleher, falls a little over his head. He somehow, some way, pulls that sucker in for 54 yards.
Oh man, it was just one of those plays. The season was on the brink. It's 4th and 16. We're back all the way up in our own area. We're like inside our own 10, I think, and we go full roll. Route concept that we installed this week, and we hadn't run once the whole season. And they just blow the coverage, and the kid gets behind everybody, and Max floats it up there for him. And when he threw it, I'm thinking, that ball's over his head. And he went up and got it and came down, and we got a 54-yard gain out of it and a first down and a ton of momentum. I think everybody was feeling pretty good after that play. Once that drive got going, I thought it was going to end well for us, and it did. Frankie made a nice play on a slice route, catching the ball from Max for about 20 yards out put it on ice, man, and keep the season rolling. It was an unbelievable game. Crescenta Valley is a good football team. They're the 3 seed in their bracket in the Division 6, so we knew it was going to be tough going into their place on a short week on a Thursday night, and we got it done, man. We answered the bell. We fell behind 7-0 early, came back, tied the game. They got us on a toss pass. We went down 13-7, came back and took the lead 14-13 on the next drive. Kicked a field goal with under 2 minutes left to go up 16-14. We answered the bell again and got a win, man. It was a tough game, man, but our kids showed a lot of resiliency, and they came back and they got it done, man. I was proud of them.
How exciting was that win?
Ooh, it was exciting, man. It was exciting. One of those, you can feel the electricity on the sidelines after we scored. That excitement of our kids we hadn't beaten Crescenta Valley as a rivalry game to boot. To add a little sizzle to that, and we hadn't beaten them since 2011. So it's been a long stretch there where they had gotten us. So to go into their place and get a win with that much on the line for us was huge for the program, huge for us, huge for our kids, huge for the community. I think everybody's feeling pretty good.
So after that catch by Kelleher, amazing. Drive stays alive, but there's still work to be done. So how do you go from that elation to we either need to get a long field goal, we need to punch this in, clock is ticking. So how do you guys refocus the troops and get it done?
Call timeout. Luckily we had 2 timeouts left. Burn a timeout, get everybody calmed down again, get them focused on the task, get the field goal team ready in case we need to kick a field goal. We got a pretty good kicker that I'm confident in. If we have to kick a field goal in that situation, that I'm pretty confident that he makes the kick. But fortunately for us, we were able to go down and score, convert the 2-point conversion, make it a 6-point game, and held on defensively at the end there. So it was just just taking it one play at a time there. Everybody was pretty excited after the miraculous 4th down play, and then get everybody dialed back in and focused on the next play. And our kids did a great job. We converted another 1st down, converted a 3rd down there. Charles, who had an unbelievable game for us, our running back Charles Guerra, had 172 yards for us and a touchdown. So he had a big night for us. So just one of those nights, man. We were able to make enough plays to win.
So what do we know about Hillcrest? Open up, I guess not their place, but on the road in their neighborhood.
Not much. A week ago, if you rolled a map of Southern California and said point out Hillcrest High School, I would have struggled. I wouldn't have even known what area to look in, to be honest with you. That's the interesting way of how the playoffs are set up these days, that every teams in different leagues are going into different divisions. You end up playing some games where it's like, who are these guys? Mm-hmm. So we get the film Sunday morning like everybody else, and we start watching it, and you realize that these guys are pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not as bad as I hope they would be. They can play, so it's going to be a tough game. They have some guys. They're number 5 for them, kind of wide receiver, running back type kid, a hybrid kid, makes a ton of plays for them on offense. Their quarterback number 4 is a good player. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of run pass option stuff to kind of stress you out defensively. They have some size up front. They have some big bodies and some athletic bodies. I know defensively they got their middle linebacker number 8 is a big physical kid. He plays downhill. He's a good football player. Their defensive line is talented. They got some skill guys in the back end. A couple of corners look like they can play. So it's definitely not a layup. That's for sure. This is gonna be a tough football game going to their place. Long bus ride, playing on grass for the first time all year. Our kids are going to have to buck up and play a quality game for us to get a win here.
Yeah, Hillcrest is 7-3, just like us. In their last 2 games, they put up 49 points each. Mm-hmm. So offensively, they can get it done. Yep. Going back early in the season, you were questioned a little bit, even by your own mother. That schedule. Yep. Cathedral and Hart, 2 powerhouses in football. Yep. You put them on the schedule. They didn't go that great. Cathedral was 49-0. Hart was actually, we were in the game 22-6. But looking back on it now, that experience, the kids playing against a really quality team who they're going to face Friday night and going forward in the playoffs, how much of an advantage, having played those 2 very good teams, is that going to be?
I mean, we're not afraid of anybody. There's not anybody that we're going to see that has the skill that Cathedral had. Hart's kind of a different animal. outstanding defensive football team. Their defensive line is great. They're really, really good at what they do, really well coached. We saw some good teams in the league. Burbank was outstanding. CV was outstanding. So I think we're prepared in terms of what we've seen for anything that we see in the playoffs. I don't want to look too far ahead in the bracket, but just looking at some of the top seeds in our division, they're I don't think they're as good as some of those teams that we played already. So nothing is going to scare us moving forward. That doesn't guarantee us victories for sure, but I think our kids are prepared for anything that's put in front of them from this point on.
All right, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you
on getting
Appreciate
there.
it.
Good luck tomorrow night. So 7 o'clock against Hillcrest. The game will be at Norte Vista High School in Riverside. We hope to see the Apache faithful in big numbers down there.
Yes, definitely.
You guys.
Come check it out.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Hopefully, we'll do Coach's Corner next week, round 2.
Hopefully. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
thanks, everybody.